I want us to take a journey with Paul and his companion in the book of Acts chapter 27. So they were on this journey in the ship. He was going to stand trial in Rome. And along the journey, they are sailed, verse 1, they sailed and there was no problem. They stopped well. But starting from verse 2, we saw that on board this ship, they went and they experienced what in verse 4 was called contrary winds. That was the point where the journey began to take the unexpected turn, because they had expected everything would go smoothly. Said, even in verse 7, they were battered on every side. The wind did not allow them to progress the way they wanted to progress. Isn't this the way the journey of life is? That we have a target of how we should progress. We have a target of what we should do. We are not even going on a journey to do something that is against the will of God. But it comes to a point that contrary wind began to come from one side or the other and start to batter us. It might be winds of frustration. It might be the wind that is slowing our progress in achieving our dream. The wind might be the one that is making our journey difficult and distressing. It might be the one that is shaking us here and there and frightening us. This wind might even come to the point that they went to in verse 21 when it says, all the hope of deliverance was gone. That's the kind of wind that we experience. It is not new. It's common to man. It was with the Apostle Paul, and it can still be something we experience today. But what do we do if we get to this point? This is the point I want us to look in verse 21. It said, after they had gone a long time without food, Paul, prisoner, stood up before them and said, men, you should take my advice not to have sailed from Crete. Then you will have spared yourself this damage and loss. But now I urge you to keep up your courage, because not one of you will be lost. Only the ship will be destroyed. So what happened was that after all this wind that they were experiencing, Paul now came up. He took the command from the people that were directing. He's now, after spending time in prayer, he now was able to stand up and encourage them. So for us children of God, when we are in the midst of a wind, what we need to do is to go before the Lord in prayer. And after that, we take courage. We know that there's some things that have been said in the word of God that surely have to come to pass. That's what he said in verse 23. He said, last night, an angel of God to whom I belong and whom I serve stood beside me and said, do not be afraid. What has the Lord said? When you are in the midst of your wind, contrary wind, that is the time for you to visit what the Lord has said. What did the Lord say? Not only did Paul believe what God has said, he was even ready to share with the other. He said, the confidence I have is that I serve this Lord. The confidence that I have is that this is my God. And when he says something from the past, I know it will definitely come to pass. In the midst of this wind, the wind has not stopped. But he believes in revelation of what God has said. And he began to share with them. He said, don't wait for the wind to stop. Go ahead and eat. Be encouraged. Because the Lord that I belong to, the Lord I've served, said something to me. What did he say? Don't be afraid. Even though you made a mistake, you started when you're not supposed to start. You went on this journey against the warning. But at this point, you have come to the Lord and is able. Some people say God is God of second chance. No, I say God is the God of many chances. At this point, he's ready to take you in the midst of this contrary wind to another level. And that level of being saved and don't be destroyed because of the wind. I want to encourage somebody today. It doesn't matter wind you are going through. Is it wind of frustration that is coming because of your business? Is this wind of delay that you are experiencing now? Take this journey with Paul and don't leave him at the point of despair. Go with him a little further. He said, the angel of the Lord stood by me. This word of God you are hearing, believe is the angel of the Lord speaking to you, telling you take courage. Don't be afraid. You will not suffer loss. Your life will not perish, because the Lord is going to ride this storm through and will make you come to the other side. He did it in that time and is still doing the same today. We just have to believe.
Join Pastor Folake Olaleye in the CHEC Chapel of Grace family every Sunday morning for Sunday worship service on Facebook, and you can also fellowship with us at CHEC Lekki Center. Venue, Jorchy Plaza opposite Blenco by MAOL, Lekki-Epe Expressway, Sangotedo, Ajah, Lagos. Time, 10 a.m. The Lord will meet you at the point of your need. Jesus is Lord.